Inside Faith and Fame with me, AV, on Praise 102.1 HD2 from your local Houston BMW Center Studios. You know, I always get excited when I have great people on the show, especially when they are family. And there's nobody greater than Big Sis Kim Burrell.
Oh, that means so much. I'm doing really good. AV, how is your world?
Well, my world is good, Kim. If I can't get any younger. I'm feeling like a teenager, Kim. I'm trying to. They say if you confess it, Kim, you can have it. So I'm trying to confess it every day.
I got to find that group that they call they. We got to have a conversation.
We got to talk to they. They've been working. Now, it did save my hair, though. I'm feeling like
we can call them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a job for the group called them.
Well, let's call them then. We need to get them on the phone. Yeah. So they can talk to us, you and I. But listen, I'm excited. I just want to celebrate you for the greatness. I was going through the Stellar nominations, and I saw that you were going to be honored with the Icon Aretha Franklin Award. So I just wanted to ask you about that right off of the top, because I know that that's a blessing to be celebrated by your peers.
It is. It is such a blessing, especially after what now is this year will make 38 years that I've been in the business. 38. And it feels good to continue to be able to go. You have so many trailblazers that have gone before. You had Tremaine Hawkins, who's won it, and CeCe Winans are the two beautiful, who I like to call geniuses, because how do you last this long in gospel that is such a smaller market than most if you're not called, anointed, and sure? And they both deserve it. I'm just glad to be named among them.
Man, I'm glad, too, because you're definitely deserving of it. Just remember the early days here in Houston with all the musicals and things that were happening, and we just know about the awesome relationships that you develop even in the music industry, from Whitney to so many more, and just to see how God has blessed your life. Can I tell you that I jam every week, and I know you're going to think I'm playing, but every week the Live in Memphis CD is a part of my favorite collection of songs. You're right up there with my Luther Vandross, Donny Hathaway, Layla Hathaway. I jam her as well, the OJ's live CD, and I just got a collection of live CDs, and Kim Burrell's at Live in Memphis. That's the one for me.
I know you're telling me the truth, because when it came out, you praised it so very well. Even then, do you not know that's over 20 plus years ago?
Kim, I don't want to believe it.
And I know, and it's the truth. I couldn't have made it to 38 years in it if the other 25 wasn't included.
Kim, I'm only 18.
I know. You must be talking to, let's see, we got them, we got they. Okay, I don't know what the name of that group is, but we gonna find them today.
Here we go do it. Kim Burrell is hanging out with me on Faith and Fame with me, AV. I want to play Thank You, Jesus. That's what he's done from Kim Burrell now on Praise. Kim, I just want to, where you learn all of that singing from, that type of you doing all the runs and everything like that. Everybody can't do that, Kim, but you started a trend in gospel music. Everybody's been trying to do that.
You know, it has turned into a trend. I've traveled this world over in all these years, and I have met so many sounds like that, which helps me out. I'll never forget, I was in London, England one time, and there was a radio host there asking me a question. He says, how does it feel to hear people, mimic you or sing like you? I said, to be honest with you, it must have been that my gift was too big that God went on and just shared a little bit of it with everybody.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. Well, everybody can't do it like Kim Burrell. Let me tell you that. There's no knock on anybody. Yeah.
But you've got some great ones.
Yeah. I've seen you do it in sound check. I've seen you do it. Yeah.
Yes, I remember at Georgia Brown.
Man, come on. I said, I almost went up there and untied your shoestrings.
See that? Oh, Ivy, I love you. I appreciate that so much.
It's all love. So, I was excited when LJ brought to my attention about your performance in Morocco with Let There Be Peace on Earth. And I want to know, Kim, what was the inspiration behind this? It is a beautiful video, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. That song is so very old. My mother encouraged me to record Let There Be Peace on Earth. That is a song that she first heard Mahalia Jackson do many years ago. And I was asking her, I said, I don't know what to sing. I was invited by Harry Connick Jr. to sing at the Yankee Stadium for the Pope. And it was 65,000 plus people out there. And my mother, I said, Mama, I'm a church girl. I mean, I'm going to all the Catholics. I don't want to offend them. Tell me what to do. She says, honey, sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. And ever since she did that, everywhere I go, especially in an environment that's not necessarily our church environment, I always sing that. And it's a heart-touching song, especially leading up to Juneteenth. I love us.
Yeah.
I love us.
Yeah, when we think about the freedom of what we're experiencing in the country, no, it's not the totality of what freedom is to be, but the liberty and rights that our grandmothers and grandfathers didn't have that we enjoy in this country. What does Juneteenth mean to Kim Burrell, especially with the Let There Be Peace on Earth performance?
Well, it represents gratitude for me, especially with the intro of what you just said. I consider all those who have done anything that considered those of us who weren't even here yet. Some of them were making history just by standing on the truth and doing their rights. And here we are, being able to hold positions like you're holding, me being able to travel the world and sing and do some of the things that we all do. I'm telling you, I want to, hopefully the song will prophesy to the hearts, and I'm just going to make a turn here, that will consider not following through with racism as much or at all. You know, my heart is one day that we will live out the dream. I know that it's not that part of the season that Martin Luther King and so many others. I often quote Representative John Lewis that I think it's just time for us to get into good trouble. There's a certain thing called good trouble, and if we just continue to fight the good fight of faith and hold each other up, and then I want to encourage our Black culture, our community, stick together. Let's stop hurting each other with words, and let's stop doing it, especially deliberately. If we do it accidentally and then we find out it was wrong, let's go back and correct it. You know, it's just time for us to do right by each other, especially in our culture. So the Let There Be Peace on Earth is a declaration, and it feels good to sing, especially to be able to share with the world.
And we share with you now right here on PraiseHouston.com, Kim Burrell's performance of Let There Be Peace on Earth live in Morocco. It's Faith and Fame with me, AV. Let's go ahead and click on the video now, my friend. My special guest breaking down the blessings with Kim Burrell. Let There Be Peace on Earth, a brand new video released just in time for Juneteenth, a performance in Morocco. Of course, you can check it out at PraiseHouston.com. As we talked about, you know, Juneteenth and what it means to you. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that this song is contributed to the promotion of peace and unity during our Juneteenth celebration, but also we have a role to play as well.
Absolutely. And if we commit to it, and first of all, our commitment to God is it's essential and necessary. In January, the Lord did something with my heart again. You know, even as a Christian, I'm 51 years old and proud of that. But all of my life, I've been taught the Lord. That's why I love that song by CC too. Yeah. All my life he has been faithful. But it has to come a time that in that relationship that we must be faithful in return to him. Oh, wow. And he said, follow peace with all men, holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. So it is that level of peace. Sometimes we want to say, oh, I'm going to be peaceful with my brother. Sometimes it's very hard. There are things that people do, say, and act on the road, jumping in front of you, in the mall, passing by you, won't speak at church. Just different postures that people create or enter in, that we have a choice in those moments to either help to heal them in that moment or join them in the frustration and escalate what is unnecessary. So as an adult, as peacemakers, as Christians especially, we have a job to do in the earth, and keeping the peace is what is necessary. He told us to follow peace with everybody, and holiness is the only thing that can help us to do it. And that is not we all know that's not a church. That's a way of life. That's a way of life. It's a conclusion. It's a choice. And so that's my contribution, is to work on me. I have devotion every morning. In January, the Lord did something with my heart, as I was about to testify about. He you know, AV, finally, I know what the damage of what religion was doing for me. And that's a whole nother day. And I advanced my thinking and my heart into a thing called kingdom. We heard Miles Monroe preaching it for years, and we always used to say he was a way before his time. Well, he was in time, and he was an END time preacher before his time ended, and he helped us before he left. And especially with that, my pastor, Dr. Mark Ellis, shout out, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he preaches on kingdom in such a way that opened up my eyes, that it broke chains. I was convinced. I was born and raised in it. Mindset was about it. Even approached some audiences, stood up in pulpits, and delivered from that place that ended up hurting and hindering people. And I finally got my freedom from understanding what that can do in such a negative way. And now kingdom has filled me up, and I'm pressing forward with all that I know. Thank God for freedom of mind. Kim Burrell, my special guest inside Faith and Fame with me, AV, a live performance in Morocco of the song Let There Be Peace on Earth. The video is available below right here on PraiseHouston.com. Check it out.